This is my earthshaker machine. Administrative note, any flicker you see on the screen is just due to the camera. It's solid in person. So this machine works perfectly. I have had no issues with it. This machine, since I've had it, I pulled the Mylar. I pulled out every single one of those inserts individually. I sanded them down with 5 progressive layers of sandpaper. I cut out new insert tops and glued them all back in place. And then afterwards, I put a playfield protector over top of it. So the top of that is glassy smooth, better than new, as nice as you're ever going to get on a pinball machine. It's fully LED'd to include some extra light strips there in a few places. Like there's a few extra in the back. There's a handful in the back box. I think there's 3 pink ones in the corner that I left in there, but other than that, everything is white lighting in the GI, or general illumination. The stuff underneath is color matched inserts. And once again, the flickering that you see, it doesn't look like that in person. It's just my camera here. You have colored rubbers that are on here already. Silicone rubbers, I believe. I did not put those in personally. Those were in there when I got them. But the rubbers are all just fine. I replaced quite a few plastics on here. The slings, this one and this one are all new old stock and or replacements from old pinball machines, not the newer ones. As far as faults on this machine, the only issues, problems, whatever you want to call them, the piece of plastic to the left there on that ramp is cracked. You cannot see it from where you're playing. And the ramp itself here is cracked very smallly. Well, I can't, here. That piece of plastic right there is cracked just a little bit on the inside. It does not affect play, and once again, it is not something that can be seen from the player's perspective. Actually, I didn't even figure out that was broken until I took the whole thing apart to put the plastic playfield protector down on it. Got the little leg protectors on it. I get to keep my cup. I've got the new spring, nice insert cards. Everything in here works the way it's supposed to. The only dialing in that I'm still messing just a tiny little bit with on this is after putting the playfield protector in here. The playfield protector is very thin, but it did lift the playfield up physically just a little bit. So I've been like putting some washers underneath these gates to raise them up. The ball will get caught occasionally behind that little lift gate there. Now the lights went out. So I'm still fine-tuning that. Hopefully that'll get fixed 100% pretty soon. And once again, pointing out every possible negative on this. When you start a game up, it plays perfectly. If I hit the flippers, you can see there's just a little bit of flicker in the flashers up top. The game itself works perfectly. The back glass on this. Back glass is like a 9.9 out of 10. The only thing on the back glass, the spots that aren't perfect. If you look at it, there's a very small blemish in the R here and a very little bit of scuff right about here. Other than that, this appears to be a almost flawless original back glass. So, as stated earlier, there's a lot of supplemental lighting that's in this. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra strips of LED lighting in the back here. And we have warranty void if removed, Williams Electronics. Warranty void if removed, Williams Electronics. 64, 64, 64, and 64. So original matching flawless circuit boards, the battery off removal, whatever you want to call it. It's been replaced with a lithium-ion button cell there. So you can just swap that out. It's a 2032. I think they sell those at CVS if you ever run out of them. But great fun Pat Lawler game. I believe he made this right before he made Whirlwind, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Earthshaker, then Whirlwind, then Funhouse, then Addams Family, then Twilight Zone. So, not as good as those games in my personal opinion, but definitely on the road to it, to greatness. And I can promise you that this fits in here. I won't make you sit here and watch me try and get the back glass back in. But that's it. The glass that's here on the playfield looks perfectly clean. And looking around at the side, I would put this at a 9.9 out of 10. I mean, there's some like a tiny little scuff here. Some very small little scuffs here and there on the side, but compared to what you usually see in stuff like this, it is a very solid machine. But I hope that answers your questions. And custom scoring cards. And if you're not familiar with this machine, it does have a factory shaker in it. But a very, very, very clean overall machine and a whole lot of fun.